What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jodabini TV. Today's another amazing day to get out there, and we're gonna be better today than we were yesterday. And for today's video, I'm pretty much gonna be going on the open trials for the RGV Toros. I'm gonna show you guys the whole process. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Jodabini Dondeli, and I was playing with the RGV men's soccer program, and they're currently a Division I school. And after last semester, I decided this semester to try to go ahead and move forward and try to earn a spot in the professional field. And if you've been following the journey, you'll know that last month I went to go trial with San Antonio FC, and I went to their one-day trial that they had. It cost me approximately $129. If you haven't seen that video, you can go check out that video and see how I approached that one. And now we're gonna be talking about how I'm going to be approaching the RGV Toros trials. So the biggest thing about open trials, everybody says it could be a hit or miss, or it can be worth it. And it all comes down to all the research you do in the background. So what research am I talking about? The first thing you need to understand is, yes, it's true that some open trials are money grabs and some open trials are actually looking for players. And how can you tell the difference? Oh, a good, easy way that you can tell if a team is actually looking for players is go ahead and check out their roster. If their roster is completely full, like they're maxed out of how many players they can sign and it matches the previous years, and then they host an open trial, there's a high chance that they're not gonna select anybody even with these trials. It may be a good opportunity to create new contacts, but signing, the way I see it, the chances of that is, it decreases the more players that are on the roster. So now when we look at the RGV Toros, as of December of 2020, a majority of the players' contract ended and some other contracts weren't renewed. And currently, whenever I checked online, there's currently approximately like 5 official players on there. And one of them is Kyle Sanchez, and he's my old teammate that used to play with me at RGV. So props to him. He's gonna be playing his second year with the Toros this year. Since the RGV Toros roster is pretty small at the moment, that also means there's a lot of open positions that they can sign people and who they're looking for. But I don't know who all they're talking to in the background, because the roster you see on the website is only everything that's official. So I don't know if they're talking to 30 other players or thinking about signing with the Toros or 50 players, etc. But as of right now, nothing is official other than those 5 or 6 official players they already have on their website. Now I wanted to see how many players did they have in total. And the way to find out is just look at the previous roster. I believe there was a total of 29 players last year on the roster. So if you deduct the 6 from the 29, that also shows you the amount of spots that are available. And I know whenever teams sign players from open trials, they actually save a lot of money because they don't have to pay another team $50,000 or $60,000 or $70,000 for a player that team owns or has under a contract. But signing a free player, the only thing they're gonna be paying is that player's wage. And then if that player ends up being a very successful player in their program, then they can sell them off in another team if they want to for a higher price. So with the RGV Toros, another good thing about me being able to go to their open trials is because I have experience playing against them. I've played a total of 5 matches against them, and out of the 5 matches with RGV, we won one of them, and that was last spring of 2020. Our team actually managed to win 2-1, so that was actually a very great accomplishment for our team, and hopefully things like that can help leverage my chances of getting signed with the team themselves. And just being close by to the Toros with my university, a lot of their play styles, their center backs, the way they play, a lot of it matches how our coach was making us play. So there was a lot of building out of the back, playing simple, just connected with midfielders. The play style was very similar with how we had at RGV. And I know a lot of players who are gonna be coming in to the open trials. Some come from different schools, different programs, different pro teams, and they all had different styles of play. And whenever the Toros are looking at us, they're gonna be deciding, okay, which players can we use? Which players do we need? What skills? How do they play? How much easier will it be to just integrate them into our programs without us changing the player 100%? And I'm trying to be one of those players who's gonna be the easy, smooth transition where they can just put in and he'll just blend in like he's been training with the team for many years. So now that I know how many players are on the roster, I know the total amount that they can have, and I'm very familiar with how they play. Now it's time for me to prepare myself pretty much. I already have been preparing myself because trials are in a few days, and I'm gonna show you a picture that I took the first time I ran in 3 miles to just see how fit I was. And the very first time I ran, it was around 22 minutes. That's not a good time. That's not a good time for me even. And my goal is to get under 20 minutes with my size, because I'm a very muscular dude, and getting numbers under 20 minutes for 3 miles gets a little harder, but it's not impossible. And especially if I want to play at the next level, I got to make sure I'm at the peak performance that I need to be. So after several runs, I ran it again a few days ago, probably like 2 days ago, and it actually showed up as 20 minutes. And I'd say 20 minutes and 40 something seconds because it was kind of hard trying to pause it with my sweaty hands on my watch. And that was actually a really good accomplishment for me, because my whole life I've never ran 3 miles in such a short amount of time. I usually fall around 21, 50 something, but with consistency of running those laps over and over and over again, I was able to come back and accomplish it by breaking all my time records. And by the when I finished that run, I wasn't all super tired. I was just cruising a nice pace. And I know if I was running with somebody like one of my teammates, William, he would push me to hit those numbers up under 20, because he can do those 3 miles probably in 18 minutes. So if I had somebody like him where I was following, he would have helped my time, you know, significantly been a lot lower. But this is okay, because as of right now, as a center back, I think these times are very good, especially for me, myself. I weigh approximately around 171 pounds, and I'm 5'11", 5'10", around there. Depends if you're talking about my hair or not. And one of the biggest thing about all these trials is just being extremely fit. And if I'm fit enough to last throughout the whole trials, it'll be fine, because they're shrinking into 2 days for the Toros. It's gonna be 2 days of high intensity matches, and I want to be able to be fit enough where I play the first day, I go all out, and I can go all out 2 days in a row. So the first criteria I believe I've already met, which I am really fit. And the second thing I need to be doing is reviewing films that the Toros of their last games. So as of right now, there's a new coach, Wilmer Cabrera. He used to coach in the MLS, and now he's gonna be the new head coach of the Toros. And so, yes, I was looking at some of the old Toros games, but also I started watching games of Houston Dynamo where Cabrera actually coached. And I was seeing how he wanted his defense to play. And chances are, I feel like he might implement those play styles whenever he comes to the Toros. So maybe he won't like, you know, all the building out of the back much, and he might prefer a lot of long diagonal balls, because I know Houston Dynamo likes a lot of those. Or if this is, you know, building out of the back is just the way the Toros play, I guess we're gonna continue that going forward. So that's pretty much the update with the RGV Toros. I don't know if any of you guys are gonna be there. If you're gonna be there, just let me know, holler. Or maybe by the time you watch this video, it's already over. But all in all, if you have any advice for trials and stuff, just leave in the comment section down below. And hopefully maybe somebody nearby knows a team. And you know, I don't have an agent, so I'm doing this the hard way. Just gotta grit through it all and, you know, believe in the Most High. If it's His will, it's gonna happen. So you just keep pushing until He tells me otherwise. All right, guys, on that note, I'll see you guys at the trials. Hopefully that's the next video, and I'll show you guys all the cool stuff that's gonna be happening in the trials. All right, thank you guys for watching this video, and Jadabin TV is out.